Hello, hello, hello. How is everybody doing today? I hope everybody is doing just great and looking forward to this week's podcast episode. For those that are new to my podcast, welcome. Thank you so much for trusting me and for spending time to listen to me. You must be thinking, why did I name this podcast You're Worthless? Is the creator crazy? Does the creator think it's funny that already I am feeling like a fool? She goes on and create a specific podcast specifically for us identifying ourselves with it? As the creator, I dare to say yes. I want you to tell this to yourself and face yourself. Tell it to yourself that you are worthless. Because I know deep down in the pit of your stomach, you detest it. You detest being worthless. Simply because you are not worthless. You are fucking worth it. Now, coming back to this week's episode is how are we going to define success? Despite the thoughts of worthlessness start creeping into our thoughts. I'm going to tell you my story, and this is how it started. I am your host, Nic Nierras, and today we will dive into the topic of challenging societal definitions of success and finding our own unique path in this day and age. I was a great student and a great daughter. At least that is what I think. I did not come from an affluent family, and my dad used to always tell me that education is the key we will improve our livelihoods. As a child, I was always abstained from buying extra candies, chocolates. Whenever I go grocery shopping with my parents, I was only allowed to take the exact things that were needed in our shopping list. There were only a few instances where my sister and I were allowed to purchase extra things outside the shopping list, such as Skittles, Sugus, and ice cream tubs. There were a few moments when I wanted to buy stationery such as a new pencil case with fancy Disney drawings, having seen my friend's new pencil case with the same pattern, only to be shut down by my mother with the notion, "We are not rich, put that down." Every time that happens, I would sulk and question myself. Why me? Why not other people? Why can't I buy these fancy things that all my friends have? I chose to question my fate and started to promise myself that when I grow up, I will earn my own money and I will never ask for permission from anybody to buy anything ever again. I believe in my dad that knowledge is one key to changing your life, and so I threw myself into studying, aiming for straight A's for every major examination in primary and secondary school. Every time I aced the examination, I would be rewarded. This became my motivation. I quickly learned that for me to get what I want in life, I must work hard for it. And so, over the course of my education days, I have managed to ask my dad to buy a cell phone when I was 15 years old, and finally, my coveted pink Vaio laptop as a result of scoring 10 A's in my final examination graduating secondary school. I was 17 then and over the moon. I felt like I conquered the world. As you probably have expected, I expected that life would go this way until I die. Because this is the only way that I knew how to live. I work hard for it, I would get rewarded somehow. But as you very well know, life is not a linear line. It has its ups and downs. Meaning, no matter how much you throw yourself into something, if it is not meant to be, it is never meant to be. Which also means not all will go your way. Some will go sideways even after working your ass off for it. The lesson here is learn to recognize the pattern and let go. Well, of course, this is easier said than done. So you have this 17-year-old kid eager to make her mark in the world using her mantra she learned in school. So she deployed this in her first year preparatory college course and emerged valedictorian for their batch in 2008. She proved herself once again that this mantra works. Every time I want something, I just need to work hard for it, she had said to herself. I am going to soar high and hit everything I aim for by 30. She was 18 at the time, and boy, was that wrong. Fast forward to the present, the kid has experienced so much, and nothing was anything she has ever imagined when she hit 30. She threw herself into work in her 20s and made up to the corporate ladder to management position by the time she was 28. She vowed to herself that when she started to work at 19, she has to graduate from her college, climb up the corporate ladder, hit her target savings, get married, have kids, and settle down. All by the age of 30. Ha ha ha. So let's verify her achievements. She started to work when she was 19, checked. She then went to obtain her professional papers when she was 20 in the capital city of her country, checked. How did she fund her studies then? Well, after 1 year of relying on her father told her finally, I cannot support you any longer. Please start earning your own living. This was huge for her. This was what she wanted. Living far away from her parents so she can dictate her own life, learn to be independent, work her way up, earn her money, all at the same time live the city life. So off she went and told the college that she will be taking her professional papers part time and that she will be working full time. Talk about juggling work, studies, and living away from the parents for the first time. This means that she has all the freedom she needs in the world. But first, she also must prove that she can make it abroad. She rose through the ranks in the corporate world and went on to become one of the best in her company in her mid 20s. She said to herself, now, what about a man? I need a man in my life. So she prayed so hard for a man, and her prayer was granted. She met a man that changed her life forever. The man that she met was someone who was totally different from her and her upbringing, culturally and religion wise. However, the chemistry that they had going on were so strong and that they decided to get married even just after 3 months of dating. How silly. Thinking about it again made me cringe too. That was the first sign from the universe that no matter how hard you work for something, if it's not meant to be, it will never be. That marriage was one of her greatest awakenings. She gave it her best into the relationship. They both did, but unfortunately, things did not work out and they decided to call it quits. Boy, did that hurt. Her parents were hurt the most in the process. She was hurt too, but she felt like it was all her fault for saying yes to get hitched when there were already red flags in the relationship. However, the time they had together were not all a misery. He helped push her beyond her limits she could ever imagine before, especially in terms of her work. He supported her during the rise of her career and she ticked off one of her life goals that she thought she would only obtain by the time she's 40. And that is a brand new Mercedes Benz A Class by the time she was 28 years old. That was achievement unlocked for her. Imagine her at the top of the world owning a luxury car that young. The financials were tight at the time, but she pushed through. The bank granting her the car loan was even worried that she could be a scam. As how can a 28-year-old is attempting to purchase a $50,000 car in 2018 from a $10,000 car price she first bought in 2014? She has not even completed her first car installment at the time. So she had two cars under her name now. Wow, heavy is the head that wears the crown. So get this. She got her managerial position at work. She got an unexpected bonus, which is her new car. Plus, she got divorced too. Now, if you were wondering if there were any kids involved, no, there were no kids. So, wow, all of this happened before she was 30. That was when she truly realized no matter how hard you work to make things aligned for yourself, if the universe has other plans for you, it has other plans for you. Point blank. So, how is this story connecting to this week's episode? Challenging societal definitions of success and finding your own path. In your opinion, did she succeed? Was her success something that came straight out of a book? and she applied it into her reality? Nope, I don't think so. I'd like to think that she fell, bruised her way through life, had some gains, and experienced some loss along the way. But somehow, in the face of every obstacle that came her way, she managed to push through and became stronger on the other side. What doesn't kill you really does make you stronger. As for her marriage, I don't think she ever wanted it to fail. Nobody gets married just to get a divorce afterwards. After all, life doesn't really come with a manual, right? You just have to give it a go. This week's episode is where we will question societal norms and explore the pursuit of authentic fulfillment. Society often imposes narrow definitions of success, focusing primarily on external achievements like wealth, fame, and prestigious careers. However, it is important to remember that success is deeply personal and can take on various forms for everyone. Step 1: reflect on your values and passions. Take the time to understand what truly matters to you. Is it making a positive impact on others, prioritizing relationships, or pursuing creative endeavors? When you align your actions with your values, you embark on a path that leads to genuine fulfillment. From the story, perhaps she was too young then to understand what she needed to ponder upon her values and passions deeper before taking any leaps of faith. But she also understood that if she doesn't take the leap then, she would be wondering what would happen if she had taken the leap instead. So she took it. The value that she applied here was definitely risk taking and bravery. The outcome was definitely not favorable, but it also led her to finally reflect about her true value and passions today. So, in the end, the mistake was never a mistake, it was needed for a redirection of her life. Step 2: embrace the journey. Success is not solely measured by the destination, but actually by the growth and experiences along the way. Do not be afraid to take detours. Try new things and make mistakes. From the story, she saw the red flags before she got married, but she took the leap anyway. These detours often lead to unexpected opportunities and invaluable lessons that shape her path today. Step 3: define success on your own terms. Challenge society's limited definition and create your own. Success can be finding work life balance, nurturing meaningful relationships, be it with your partner, family members, or friends and colleagues. Or success could also mean cultivating inner peace. It is about aligning your goals with your authentic self and living a life that feels true to you. From the story, she can safely say she succeeded too. She succeeded in getting through her late 20s fiasco to her brand new chapter of the 30s. Yay! Step 4: surround yourself with like minded individuals. Seek out a supportive community that shares your values and understands the importance of defining success on your own terms. Connect with mentors, join groups, or engage in online communities that provide encouragement and inspiration. She has now made new friends in communities she had never imagined being a part of. She found comfort in dancing, meditation, and the yoga community. These activities and communities have definitely helped her ground herself today. Step 5: celebrate small victories. Celebrate little wins along the way. It is easy to overlook the progress you make along the way. Acknowledge and celebrate even the smallest achievements, as they are stepping stones towards your unique vision of success. Enjoy the process and find joy in each milestone reach. She went through a very deep, belief provoking type of enlightenment when she hit 30. So she decided to unlearn and relearn everything about life. Each time she makes a breakthrough, she thanks the higher power guiding her and celebrate these small wins. These are telling signs that she is on the right path. In conclusion, remember that success is never a one size fits all concept. It is about discovering and rediscovering your passion, aligning your actions with your values, and living a life that brings you fulfillment and purpose. You can discover your passion and values in life numerous times. Nobody said that you can only discover your purpose once. There is always trials and errors. You are allowed to rediscover things and experiences in your life. By challenging societal definitions of success and forging your own path, you pave the way for a more authentic and meaningful life. I think in the story, she did forge her own path. Those are something not many 28-year-old today would experience at the time. Some might have it tougher, but the journey was certainly unique to her. Thank you for joining me today on this week's episode. Remember, you are not worthless, and you draw your own version of success. It is uniquely yours. Own it. You have the power to redefine success on your own terms and create a life that aligns with your true desires. Stay tuned for more episodes where we dive deeper into empowering topics and at the same time, face our inner demon whispering you are worthless. Until then, embrace your unique journey and rediscover what success means to you. I think the story pretty much portrayed this. We can't escape painful experiences in our lives, but best believe we will still be standing tomorrow. And this is our unique success story. Thank you for listening. This is your host, Nic Nierras, signing off.